morning and welcome to the channel. Today I thought I'd talk a little bit about what cars I've raced in my 2013 Genesis Coupe. I bought this car when it was relatively new. There had only been one owner previous to me. It's a 2013. It had 15,000 miles on it when I bought it. I bought it bone stock. And what I raced when it was stock was Jesus, this Florida traffic. Blistering hot and bad traffic. So what I've raced when it was stock, so at the time I bought the car, my roommate what a great sound. I love driving this car. This is why I did it. So when I bought the car, I lived with a guy that owned an 09 STI hatchback. So I looked at the car for a couple of weeks, and when I finally purchased it, of course, the first thing we did when I got home was, let's go run them. Let's race. So we did some highway pulls, and we did, obviously, if we went for the day, STI, all-wheel drive, this, that really wouldn't be a competition from a dig. So we did a 20 roll, and we did a 50-60 roll, and this bone stock Genesis Coupe will walk away from an STI. The 3.8 liter book, 348 horsepower, 305, relatively close in weight. Not a huge surprise there. It held its own. This jackass, I swear, I live in a nice part of Florida, and there's so many tourists. Jesus. So you get a bunch of terrible drivers. Anyways. So, it'll be in that 09 STI. What else have I raced in this? I've raced some 350Zs, 370Zs. The second race I ever had in this car was a Nismo 370, and I'm totally going to stub some Nissan fanboys' toes right here. Second gear pull, about 30 miles an hour. This is the best way to describe it. Me. Just, I didn't walk away from them. I crept out on them. Second gear pull from, probably 30 miles an hour up to 55, 60 in the middle of a town. And just one gear. So second gear pull against the Nismo 370. And that's understandable. Relatively close in power and weight. Yeah, so I was really happy about that. That again was when the car was new. So I wasn't quite sure how it would hold up to a 370 or 350. I knew it would be close. In my mind, that's this car's main competition is the 370, 350Z. Recently, I raced a 370 with exhaust. I don't know what else was done to it. I didn't know the guy. But it was one of those things where you pull up on somebody in traffic and there's no words spoken, there's nothing else said. It's, if you're in a Genesis Coupe and you see a 350 or a 370, there's that, like, I got your number type. At least that's how I feel. I'm a competitive person by nature. So if I see this car's rival out and about, I can't wait to get a piece of it, especially knowing that it will beat them. Especially with the exhaust, the headers, the pulleys, the tune, everything I've done to this car now, it's a lot faster than it was stock. It's a completely different animal. The car had a number of things done to it when I raced that 370 with exhaust the other day, and we got up to like 140, 150 miles an hour. It's hard to say. They were very close. That goes without saying. The cars are really close. There was a couple times where he didn't really want to line up. He would take off and I would chase him down. So I was catching him. He'd leave first and I'd catch him. So take that for what it is. body kit. Love it. If you're gonna do a body kit, get the goddamn thing painted in a timely manner. If you've got the money to hang a bunch of polyurethane off your vehicle, you need to have the money to paint it. One man's opinion. Back to what we were talking about. So, barely pull a 370 stock. Now it would probably beat one handily, a stock one anyways. Walk an 09 STI. Probably one of the closest races and really legitimate races. Audi 3.0T, I think it was an S5, I could be wrong. It's the one with the turbo V6. We left the light and it was kind of, nobody honked, nothing like that. Door to door, we punched it about the same time and we stayed really even, and that was an Audi V6 turbo. So I was really happy to hang with that. That was like door to door, and neither one of us wanted to let out, and traffic came up on us, so we ended up having to let out. That was a fun race. What else? What else have I gotten to skirmishes with out here? This was funny. Focus ST. I'll give the Focus guys the benefit of the doubt and say it was an ST and not an RS, because I walked this motherfucker. This guy didn't have a chance. I pulled up behind him at a light. He took off out of the light before me, and I mean, it was effortless. I caught him and went around him and passed him, and then we actually did some legitimate highway racing where we triple beeped and went for it, and I left him. The Focus STs can't hang. Might have been an RS, I don't know. I feel like this would beat an RS, especially with how it sits now. Genesis 2.0T, and that was really embarrassing. That I might as well have been racing a Beetle. I don't know if this car was stock. I want to say I remember it having exhaust on it, maybe a catback or something like that. But I bumped into this guy on the highway, and much love to fellow Genesis owners. I'm not like, oh, 3.8 down with 2 O's, but simply put, the 3.8's a lot faster car, especially out of the box. Yeah, you can make an absurd peaky power band, peaky turbo power band with, it's really unusable. You're not going to have that instant torque like that right there. What else? Yeah, the 2.0T was zero challenge. That car didn't have a chance. It was actually amazing how quickly he was disappearing behind me on the highway. Left him standing still. What else have I raced? Like I was saying in that video the other day, just look at these shifts. Look how quick this third to fourth gear throw is. Effortless. Even that shift 4 to 5, which is normally a bitch. It's 2 to 3 and 4 to 5. I think manual drivers can agree that is never it's one of your slower shifts. I just remembered another one. So I just left my house. Car's still cold, and pull up to the stoplight next to a newish, I want to say it was like a 15-16 Accord V6, and the guy asks me if I want to race. Gladly. I love to walk cars in the morning. That's a great way to start my day. I will gladly gap you for my work commute. yeah, it's still cold. I need about 2 hours to get it up to running temp. And I said, oh yeah? You know, I wasn't gonna like tell the guy he's a fucking idiot at a stoplight. Oh, your car doesn't take 2 hours to warm up. 15, 20 minute stops. The car should be at operating temperature and ready to exert max power. Big speed bump. Stand by. So I raced the V6 Accord. It goes without saying that was a joke race. Oh, I've raced a 95 Mustang V8. It was a shit box. It had exhaust and all this stuff to it, but it's a really rough car. It doesn't change the fact it was a V8 with some bolt-ons, so that was fun to beat. I'll race anybody, but I haven't been beat a lot. Just to be frank, I haven't gotten into a race or done pulls with anybody and been like, oh man, they got me. That hasn't happened. The 370s right there, close. Let me shut up for a minute and I'll do a pull here. Every bit of 430 horsepower, I guarantee it. At this point, it is a fast car. I love turbo cars. They're cool. All the respect in the world for them. I'd love to have one. I think the next thing I'll probably get is an all-wheel drive. But there's something to be said for the linear power band and torque of a naturally aspirated engine. It's there. You don't wait for boost to come on. You hit it and it digs and goes. These days might make 430 horsepower not sound like a lot. I'm willing to bet most people haven't driven a 430 horsepower car with a decent power weight to ratio. If they did, they'd be impressed, to be short with it. Is it a 900 horsepower Corvette? Street speed? No. Tuned Huracan? No. Is it that fast? No. Those are in a different league. It is a fast car though. This smile is all you need to know about how fast this car is. Don't worry about what the internet tells you is fast. Build a car that you enjoy driving. Go rip on it. Have a good time. Make some noise. Try not to get too many tickets. I wanted to do a quick video about what I've raced, shed a little light on it, probably stub some fanboy toes. Let me know your experiences racing Genesis Coupes or racing in Genesis Coupes. Comment below if you like this in-drive or in-car video. This will be the first one I've done. I'm enjoying it. I feel like I'm on Top Gear. Good times. So, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Be safe out there. Have a great day. Much love from Florida, guys. Take care.